Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kim and in today's video we are going to learn how to talk about the weather in Finnish. This video is split into two chapters. Chapter 1 is for beginners and Chapter 2 is for intermediate or advanced learners. In Chapter 1 we are going to learn basic sentences for rainy, windy and sunny weather, general good and bad weather expressions, as well as typical phrases for winter. Now, if you're already at an intermediate or advanced level in Finnish, Chapter 2 is for you. Here we'll learn how to describe weather conditions at an advanced level by encountering many new words in context. After that, I've also prepared a game that includes even more weather-related phrases where you can test your understanding of Finnish. So, let's begin. Now let's start with some simple rain phrases. Sataa means it's raining. Sataa vettä also means it's raining. Sataa lunta means it's snowing. Sataa rakeita means it's hailing. And sataa räntää means it's sleeting. Sataako ulkona means is it raining outside. Ei sada means it's not raining. Eilen satui means it rained yesterday. And on sateista means it's rainy. Now the wind-related phrases. Here's our first one. Tuulee means it's windy. On tuulista means it's windy. On tuulinen päivä means it's a windy day. Tuulee kovasti means it's very windy. And tuuleeko means is it windy. Now we carry on with the sun-related phrases. Here's our first one. Aurinko paistaa means the sun is shining. Paistaako aurinko means does the sun shine. On selkää means the sky is clear. On aurinkoista means it's sunny. And on aurinkoinen päivä means it's a sunny day. Next one, good weather. On ihan kiva ilma means the weather is quite nice. On kuuma means it's hot. On helle means it's hot weather. Taivas on kirkas means the sky is clear. On kaunis ilma means the weather is beautiful. And lumi sulaa means the snow is melting. Next one, bad weather phrases. Here's our first one. On ukon ilma means there's a thunder or there's a thunderstorm. On myrsky means there's a storm. On pilvistä means it's cloudy. Salamoi means there's lightning. Ukkonen jyrisää can be understood as thunder's rumbling or rolling. On oikea koiran ilma means it's really bad weather. And our last one, on hyvin pimeää means it's very dark. Next one, winter phrases. Here's our first one. On liukasta means it's slippery. Sataa paljon lunta means it's snowing heavily. On sumuista means it's foggy. On pakkasta means it's freezing. On loskaista means it's slushy. And tie on liukas means the road is slippery. Alright, now we carry on with the intermediate and advanced weather-related phrases. Here's our first one. Viikko alkaa lauhana ja sateisena means the week begins mild and rainy. Let's go step by step. Viikko means week. Alkaa is the third person singular present tense of the verb alkaa, which means to begin or to start. Lauhana here is the active case of lauha, which means mild in terms of weather. Ja means and sateisena is the active case of sateinen, which means rainy. Here we use the active case because it expresses the state or condition the week is in. So if you want to translate literally, then it would be the week begins as mild and rainy, or the week starts in a mild and rainy state. However, in English we rather say the week begins mild and rainy. So let's repeat again. Viikko alkaa lauhana ja sateisena. The week begins mild and rainy. Next one. Viikonloppuna oli kova lumisade. Means there was heavy snowfall over the weekend. Let's go step by step. Viikonloppuna means on the weekend. It's the active case of viikonloppu. Oli means was. It's the third person singular past tense of the verb olla, which means to be. Kova means hard or heavy, and lumisade means snowfall. So let's repeat again. Viikonloppuna oli kova lumisade. There was heavy snowfall over the weekend. Next one. Sää muuttuu hetkellisesti viileämpään suuntaan. The weather is temporarily turning cooler. Let's go step by step. Sää means weather. Muuttuu is the third person singular present tense of muuttua, which means to change or to turn into. Hetkellisesti means momentarily. Viileämpään is the ilative case of the comparative form vilä, which means cool, and suuntaan is the ilative case of suunta, which means direction. So here, suuntaan literally refers to a direction, but semantically it refers to conditions. So here we use the ilative case to describe a tendency or trend towards a cooler condition. So let's repeat again. Sää muuttuu hetkellisesti viileämpään suuntaan. The weather is temporarily turning cooler. Next one. Lämpötilat ovat hitaassa laskusuunnassa. Literally it means the temperatures are on a slow downward trend, which means the temperatures are decreasing slowly. Let's go step by step. Lämpötilat means the temperatures. It's the T plural of lämpötila, which means temperature. Ovat is the third person present tense of the verb olla, which means to be. Hitaassa is the inessive case of hidas, which means slow. And laskusuunnassa is the inessive case of laskusuunta, which means downtrend. So we can say that hitaassa laskusuunnassa literally means in a slow decreasing direction. So here we use the inessive case because we're talking about the temperatures being currently in an ongoing trend. The trend is downwards. Let's repeat again. Lämpötilat ovat hitaassa laskusuunnassa. Literally the temperatures are on a slow downward trend, which means the temperatures are decreasing slowly. Next one. Viikon lopuksi on luvattu sadetta. Literally, rain has been promised for the weekend. However, in English we rather say it's supposed to rain this weekend. Let's go step by step. Viikon lopuksi means for the weekend. It's the transitive case of viikonloppu, which means weekend. On luvattu is the passive perfect of luvata, which means to promise. And sadetta is the partitive case of sade, which means rain. Let's repeat again. Viikon lopuksi on luvattu sadetta. Literally, rain has been promised for the weekend. However, again, in English we rather say it's supposed to rain this weekend. Next one. Tänään on luvassa aurinkoista ja poudaista säätä. In English, it can be understood as sunny and dry weather is expected today. Let's go step by step. Tänään means today. On luvassa means to be expected or to be coming. Its basic verb is luvata, which means to promise. And it's used when we talk about upcoming events or conditions, especially weather. Aurinkoista is the partitive case of aurinkoinen, which means sunny. Ja means and poudaista is the partitive case of poudainen, which means dry. And säätä is the partitive case of sää, which means weather. So let's repeat again. Tänään on luvassa aurinkoista ja poutaista säätä. Sunny and dry weather is expected today. Next one. Huomenna tuuli heikkenee means tomorrow the wind will weaken. In other words, tomorrow the wind will become weaker. Let's go step by step. Huomenna means tomorrow. Tuuli means wind. And heikkenee is the third person singular present tense of the verb heiketä, which means to weaken. So let's repeat again. Huomenna tuuli heikkenee. Tomorrow the wind will become weaker. Next one. Lämmin fööntuuli puhaltaa Ruotsin yli means a warm föhn blows over Sweden. So lämmin means warm. A föhn can be understood as a warm dry wind blowing. Tuuli is wind and puhaltaa is the third person singular present tense of the verb puhaltaa, which means to blow, and Ruotsin yli means over or across Sweden. Ruotsin is the genitive case of Ruotsi, which means Sweden, and here we use the genitive case because of yli, which means over or across, which always follows the genitive case. Let's repeat again. Lämmin fööntuuli puhaltaa Ruotsin yli means a warm föhn blows over Sweden. Next one. Huomenna sää jatkuu pitkälti samanlaisena. Tomorrow the weather will continue to be largely the same, or tomorrow the weather will stay pretty much the same. Let's go step by step. Huomenna means tomorrow. Sää means weather. Jatkuu is the third person singular present tense of the verb jatkua, which means to continue. Pitkälti here means largely, and samanlaisena here is the active case of samanlainen, which means similar or of a kind. Here we use the active case with jatkua in order to describe the state in which the weather continues. Here, the weather continues in a similar state. So let's repeat again. Huomenna sää jatkuu pitkälti samanlaisena. Tomorrow the weather will continue to be largely the same, or tomorrow the weather will stay pretty much the same. Next one. Sää alkaa vähitellen lämmettää means the weather is gradually starting to warm up. Let's go step by step. Sää, we already know, it means weather. Alkaa, here's the third person singular present tense of the verb alkaa, which means to begin. Vähitellen means gradually. And lämmettää means to warm up. Let's repeat again. Sää alkaa vähitellen lämmettää means the weather is gradually starting to warm up. Next one. Kanadassa kylmyys jatkuu means the cold continues in Canada. So Kanadassa means in Canada. Here we have the inactive case. Kylmyys means the cold or coldness. And jatkuu, here's the third person singular present tense of jatkua, which means to continue. Let's repeat again. Kanadassa kylmyys jatkuu. The cold continues in Canada. Next one. Yölämpötilat ovat Münchenissä laajasti plussalla means the night temperatures in Munich are largely above zero. Let's go step by step. Yölämpötilat is the T plural or nominative plural of yölämpötilat, which means night temperature. Ovat is the third person plural present tense of the verb olla, which means to be. Münchenissä is the inactive case of the German city München, which means Munich in German. Laajasti means widely, and plussalla can be understood as in plus, so in other words, above zero. So let's repeat again. Yölämpötilat ovat Münchenissä laajasti plussalla means the nighttime temperatures in Munich are largely above zero. Next one. Lämpötilat laskevat nopeasti means the temperatures are dropping quickly. Let's go step by step. Lämpötilat we already had. It's the nominative plural of lämpötila, which means temperature. Laskevat is the third person plural present tense of laskea, which means to lower or to decrease, and nopeasti is an adverb meaning quickly. So let's repeat again. Lämpötilat laskevat nopeasti. The temperatures are dropping quickly. Next one. Ulkona taitaa sataa rakeita. Means outside it's probably hailing. Let's go step by step. Ulkona means outside. Taitaa means to probably do. And sataa rakeita, we already had, means hailing. So let's repeat again. Ulkona taitaa sataa rakeita. Outside it's probably hailing. Next one. On vielä valoisaa, vaikka aurinko ei enää paista. It's still light even though the sun isn't shining anymore. Let's go step by step. On means is, vielä means still, valoisa means light in the sense of not dark, vaikka means even though, aurinko means sun, and ei enää paista means doesn't shine anymore. Ei enää, by the way, means no longer or anymore. So let's repeat again. On vielä valoisaa, vaikka aurinko ei enää paista. It's still light even though the sun isn't shining anymore. Now let's start our game. First try to understand the sentence you'll see on the screen and then match it to the correct season. For each season we'll have 5 seconds. After that we'll go through the sentences together and match them to the correct season. Here on your left side you see 4 seasons. Talvi, which means winter, kesä, which means summer, kevät, which means spring, and syksy, which means autumn or fall. Now you see here on the screen a sentence. First try to understand it, try to translate it for yourself, and then match it to the correct season. Aurinko ei nouse ollenkaan. What does it mean? Alright, it means the sun doesn't rise at all. So aurinko means sun. Ei nouse is the negative form of nousta, which means to rise. And ollenkaan can be translated as not at all. Aurinko ei nouse ollenkaan. The sun doesn't rise at all. So what's the correct season here? That's right, it's talvi, which means winter. Next one. Lehtien väritys muuttuu kellertäväksi tai punertavaksi. What could it mean? In English it means the leaf's color changes to yellowish or reddish. So lehtien väritys can be translated as the leaf's color, like the color of the leaves. Muuttuu means changes, and kellertäväksi tai punertavaksi means to yellowish or reddish. So the matching season is syksy, which is autumn, because the leaves usually change the colors in autumn. Alright, next one. Varo, ette et liukastu. What does it mean? Perfect, it means watch out so you don't sleep. So varo is the imperative second person singular of varoa, which means to watch out or to be aware of. Ette, that, et liukastu, you don't sleep. So this one is used in winter when icy sidewalks, snow or frozen surfaces make sleeping likely, but also anytime the floor is wet or slippery. So the correct season here is talvi, which means winter. Next one. Sää alkaa vähitellen lämmittää. What does it mean? Excellent. In English it means the weather is gradually starting to warm up. So here we describe the transition from cold to warmer weather. So the season is kevät, which is spring in English. Next one. Muuttolinnut palaavat Ruotsiin. What does it mean? Alright, in English it means the migratory birds return to Sweden. So what's important here? Muuttulinnut is the nominative plural of muuttulintu, which means migratory bird. Palaavat is the third person plural present tense of the verb palata, which means to return. And Ruotsiin means to Sweden. Here we have the illative case. So what's the matching season here? It's kevät, which means spring. Next one. Tänään on luvassa aurinkoista ja poutaista säätä. What does it mean? In English, we can understand this as sunny and dry weather is expected today. So this kind of weather is very typical for summer or late spring. So the matching seasons are kesä and kevät. And our last one. Sää muuttuu hetkellisesti viileämpään suuntaan. What does it mean? It means the weather is temporarily turning cooler. This usually happens at the very end of summer or rather even in autumn. So the matching season is syksy, which means autumn. So yeah, and that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more Finnish, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day and see you next time.